Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing a hair related video. I haven't done a hair related video in a while, but this is going to be about a treatment that I got about a month ago, and the name is going to sound weird. You may have heard of it, but it is called Botox. Botox for the hair. Now, right off the bat, I know that sounds crazy. When I first heard about it, I was like, what? Like, what is that? Like needles to your head, or like what does that consist of? It's nothing like that. It's just a treatment, doesn't involve needles. But anyways, I wanted to wait about a month. As most of you guys know, I literally just went on vacation, just got back a few days ago to this cold ass weather, by the way. But I wanted to test out my hair in the hot, humid weather. I was in Florida, I was in Puerto Rico, I was in St. Thomas, I was all over the Caribbean, and boy was I impressed with this treatment. It's awesome. I'm going to give you guys kind of like a breakdown of why I fully decided to commit to it, what it is, what it does for your hair, costs, like where you can go to get it, pretty much everything, and then my experience with it. And I can probably throw in a few pictures like before and after as well. But anyways, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button and the notification bell down below. And without further ado, if you guys would like to find out more about Botox for your hair, then just keep watching. As I was saying earlier, I have curly hair, naturally curly wavy hair. I just don't ever wear it curly. It's like we always want what we can't have. I've always wanted like pin straight hair, and then people with pin straight hair always want curly hair. So with the curly wavy hair always comes the frizz, and as I was saying in the intro, especially in the summertime when it's humid here, I'll have hair extensions in and my hair starts to frizz, especially like on the top right here, and then my hair extension will be pin straight and it looks so weird, and then I'll either have to like re-straighten my hair, and if I can't re-straighten my hair, well then it just looks like crap. So it's been like a frustration that I've dealt with like my entire life. I've tried like different products and everything like that. That's why the only thing I love about the winter is that there's no humidity. So I heard about this Botox hair treatment from my mother-in-law actually about a year ago. She has straight hair. She doesn't have wavy hair, but she has very frizzy hair as well. And she goes to Puerto Rico on vacation a lot, and I don't know how she found out about it, but she was telling me, she's like, I got this treatment for my hair, Botox, and I went to Puerto Rico, had no issues with frizz. I was like, oh my goodness, and I was always like, you know, I should get it done, I should get it done, I should get it done. So as I was saying, I just got back from vacation. It was more like a staycation. Got to see my family, went on a cruise with my friend, or my neighbors and my family. We were there for like, I don't even know, like 18 days. But I was like, you know what? I kind of really don't want to wear my topper anymore. I'm like so sick of my topper, and I want to test out this Botox hair treatment, see what it's all about, because if I can, you know, wear either a halo or just a couple clip-ins and have my top of my hair be smooth in like 90-degree weather in the Caribbean where it's humid, that's going to be awesome and save me a lot of time. So as I was saying before, I've actually contemplated getting like Brazilian blowouts, keratin treatments, and they're pretty expensive. I feel like they go from anywhere as like $200 to $400, and they only last like maybe 3 to 4 months. I'm not sure. And so that's pretty pricey, but the biggest thing with those treatments is the chemicals. And I know, I've said before, my sister's a hairdresser, but I've even asked her, I was like, Dan, do you think you could like, you know, she's like, I'm not doing it, I'm not messing around with those chemicals. And you can go to places and get it done. I think they have like equipment that sucks up, I don't even know what it does, but maybe sucks up the fumes or whatever, but the chemicals involved with those treatments just are not good at all. So that's why I kind of shied away from getting those done, even though they are very effective. And sometimes it's like kind of controversial, but I've heard some people say that their hair's been destroyed from Brazilian blowouts and keratin treatment. So I'm kind of like, you know what, I'm not going to do it. So I just pulled up kind of like a definition of what this Botox treatment is. But basically in my words is that, or my definition is that it eliminates frizz and makes your hair healthier. So this is what it says. It says hair Botox is actually a deep conditioning treatment that coats hair fibers with a filler such as keratin. The treatment fills in any broken or thin areas on each hair strand to make hair appear more full and lustrous. That helps create the appearance of fuller, smoother hair. So this definition obviously doesn't mention anything about frizz, but it definitely helps with the frizz. I was a skeptic. Obviously, this works or I wouldn't be making this video. And my mother-in-law's been getting it done for a year, so I'm like, all right, we're going to commit to it. So that's basically in a nutshell what the definition is, but I do like it because even when I was getting it done, she's like, this is really good for your hair. It's a really good treatment for your hair. And I have a lot of breakage, especially in the front. being a blonde, it's always a struggle with growing my hair. So she's like, you know, this treatment is really good. The hair salon that I went to that my mother-in-law got her treatment done, it's like a one-woman show. She does everything. She owns her own salon. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, I don't think when I've looked up menus of other hair salons, I don't think I've seen like Botox. But I've always seen like keratin or Brazilian blowouts because they've been around forever. So since this is a relatively new treatment, you might just want to call around and ask, but I'm sure all around the country there's places that do it. You can either just search online or just call around a few places and see. That's like the best thing that I can recommend to you guys to do. Just go online and search, but this lady just does it on her own. Now basically, so I made an appointment, got in, I went like 2 to 3 weeks before I actually left for vacation. So right when you get there, basically you are going to wash, or well, she is going to wash, the hairdresser is going to wash your hair completely. She wants to take everything out of it, any products, wants it to be completely clean. So for me, it's like whatever hairspray residue is in my hair. So she washed my hair completely, and then what she did was she applied the Botox, but basically it's just a, you know, it's like a thicker, it's kind of like a thicker cream that she basically combs and coats through my wet hair and just applies it everywhere. She puts it in and then she combs it through so that it's pretty much applied evenly distributed throughout my entire hair, on my damp hair. Once it's in there, she just sat me under the dryer for a while. I don't even know how long. She was working on a couple other people, so I mean the whole process took about an hour and a half, but if she wasn't doing anybody, it might have been a little bit less. But so she sat me under the dryer, so my hair was like, I want to say maybe like 75% dry. Then she just took a blow dryer and dried the rest of it. Now the product is still in your hair, so that's why it feels a little weird, and that's why my mother-in-law kind of told me, like, look, if you're going to get it done, I'd probably get it done a couple weeks before you go away, or like a week before you go away, because the thing is you can't wash your hair for at least 3 days, 3 to 4. So I went the full 4 days because I wanted it to be super effective. But basically, once my hair was dried, then she took a flat iron and she made my hair flat as, you know what I'm about to say, like it was so flat. But basically the heat and the flat iron seals in the Botox or the treatment. It seals it in. So she literally flat ironed the crap out of my hair, and it was so flat. But it also felt a little weird because the treatment was still in. So when I left there, and I'm going to insert a picture if I haven't already, it was so smooth and so flat. I loved it. Now my mother-in-law, she didn't like her hair that flat, but the lady told me, she goes, you know, sleep on it, and then the next day it'll kind of, it won't feel as like stiff or whatever. So I honestly didn't have an issue with it and not washing my hair and having my hair that flat. I just kind of like wore a hat if it looked a little weird because it was like so flat. And my baby hairs right here, because I have like a lot of baby hairs right here, they were kind of like sticking like outwards like that because it was so flat and like pinned straight. But it kind of died down the next day after I slept on it. So, you know, it didn't bother me. I left, I didn't wash my hair for 4 days. And that was basically it. And the other thing is, she told me that night, and I'm glad I kind of like mentioned it, she said don't sleep with anything in your hair. I always wear a hair tie in my hair and sleep with my hair up. So I slept with my hair down and didn't have a hair tie in it because she's like, you don't want it to leave any like weird lines. Now the number one thing with this treatment that you have to avoid, and it's really not that bad, is that you cannot use a shampoo that has sulfates in it. So it has to be a sulfate-free shampoo. That's it. You can use whatever conditioner you want. Anything else, you can get your hair colored, whatever. Just don't use a shampoo that's got the sulfates in it, or it's like the sodium, whatever. That's the chemical that like a lot of hairdressers always tell you to avoid. There's tons of sulfate-free shampoos out there. That's the key. That's it. Like that's the only rule. And then that you can't wash your hair for at least 3 days. So I waited the full like 4 days or whatever. It didn't bother me. Wash my hair, business as usual. So I wanted to really test out the effectiveness of it. But I noticed right away, because I especially like, even when I'm filming, and I can tell in my videos, you know, I do have extensions in, but this is my real hair. This would always like kind of get like frizzier compared to my extensions, and you can tell. And when I was like filming, I could even see, I'm like, I see the difference already, but I want to wait till vacation because that's when this situation can go down south. So I brought like all my hair with me, my hair extensions. I brought my topper just in case, but I haven't really been wearing my topper lately, and especially like we're in the cold weather here, so I don't have to deal with like the humidity. So it was like, I want to say the second night of the cruise, because when we got into Florida it was kind of like cold, it wasn't really humid. So I think it was like the second night of the cruise, and it was like so hot out, and we were in San Juan, Puerto Rico. I wore my hair like this, and I had like either, I go back and forth between clip-ins and halos, but I think I just had one halo in and that was it. And when we came back and we were walking around in Puerto Rico forever, like 3 or 4 hours, it was hot out. And when I got back to my cabin, I go, and I pulled my husband aside, I'm like, holy crap, my hair looks like it did when we left. And I was so excited. I'm like, this, I'm not going to swear, but I was like, this works. Like, this is life-changing, you guys. I was like, oh my goodness, I can go in warm weather and not have to worry about, like, do I need to burn a flat iron? What does it look like? Are my hair extensions going to be pinched straight and the rest of my hair be frizzy? Literally, you guys, it looked the same way. And normally all of this would start to like frizz up. It was just a really mess of a situation. So right then and there, I'm like, this works. The whole rest of the vacation, no issues. The topper is like gone for good, not gone, but it's in my bathroom, and I have like a bag full of like all hair extensions and stuff. It's in my bathroom and I'm not pulling it back out. I don't need to use it anymore. This really works. So I'm trying to like organize my thoughts, but that was like the night when we were in Puerto Rico, out and about, walking around, came back to the room, my hair looked the same. It wasn't frizzing up right here. It wasn't frizzing up right here. It wasn't frizzing up underneath. I was like, oh my goodness. So now I want to get into just like a couple other key points about this Botox hair treatment. So the cost, obviously, I've got to say it's gonna vary because I'm in upstate New York and this is the woman that I went to salon. It's her price, but generally speaking, it's probably going to be about $100. It's basically just her applying this treatment into your hair after she washes it. She's got to dry it and then just flat iron your hair to seal it in. That's it. So I would say about $100. Now that is pretty reasonable because, like I was saying earlier, with the Brazilian blowouts and the keratin treatments, it's, I feel like it's like $300 to $400. I'm not really sure. So again, price might vary. It might even be cheaper. It could be cheaper. I'm not really sure. So the other thing I want to mention is, how long does this last? Now, the lady told me when I got it done 3 months. So I was like, okay, that's fine. But my mother-in-law says she's going on like 4 to 5 months, or the last time she said it was like 5 months. And the lady did say, yeah, it could last longer. So it just depends. So I feel like for me, it's going to last a lot longer. But the other thing, not really a downfall, but it might be for my wallet, but I really don't care because this is 100% worth it, is that I'm probably going to be a lifer when it comes to this treatment. Even in the wintertime, you guys, because I notice it. Even though like there's not really humidity here, I do notice that after a while, like the texture of my hair starts to kind of get like frizzy again because I have the wavy hair. So I feel like I am going to be a lifer for this treatment. Again, hopefully it'll last maybe like 4 months, 5 months, but $100 to get this done, and I'm good with the frizz. It's well worth it for me. It's not like I have to shell out money on anti-frizz products, anything like that. It's definitely worth it for me, and many of you guys out there probably suffer from frizzy hair, it's not like it's like life-threatening or anything, but I wanted to share this with you guys and make sure that it worked for me before I did. Hopefully, if you're interested in this, you can find a place or a person that does this. I know if you shop online or go online, they offer like at-home kits. I don't know about those, you guys. I would probably just recommend finding a salon that does it, or just kind of asking around about it. And also, I wanted to make this video because I noticed that there were not a lot of videos on Botox treatments for the hair, so I figured I would kind of like do an in-depth one for you guys, because again, when I went to search for it before I got it done, I didn't really see many options out there for videos to view about it. Let me know in the comments down below, have any of you heard of this hair treatment called Botox? Are you considering it? Do you suffer from frizzy hair, or do you just have like amazingly straight, beautiful hair? I'd be curious to find out. Anyways, that is it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.